Welcome to the very first episode of The News. I'm your host, Dominic Berry, coming to you from my studio, aka basement. I got you there, Joe. A lot of you might be asking, Dom, why now? And to answer your question is because I've taken it upon myself to bring you all the news you didn't need to know about. And what better time in an era where you can't trust the news? But you can trust me, sorta. Another question you might be asking, Dom, why the soup? And to answer that question is because it's election day. The fate of the United States is in everyone over the age of 18's hands. And for the next 4 years, and however, this is a nonpartisan show, sorta. No matter who wins the election, we're all people. And we should work together whether or not the outcome. And we should work together in making comedic gold for the next 4 years. Whether or not Trump runs a country like an episode of The Apprentice, or if Joe gets confused between the Koreas, we will make fun of them all. But now, it's on to what you've been waiting for. Now, on to the news. Belgium has relaunched its Dinner in the Sky restaurant for the first time since coronavirus. The restaurant is supported by a crane and will suspend diners almost 170 feet in the air, and will now be socially distanced. In my opinion, the only thing they're truly socially distanced from is the ground. One diner went on to say, "The service was excellent. It really blew me away." A man in Idaho recently broke a Guinness World Record for the most apples sliced in 1 minute while juggling knives. The man said that it took him a year and a half of training to reach the point of where he could attempt to break the record. The only thing I spend that much time on is a joke, and it still isn't funny. Residents of Spokane, Washington, said that a pair of bison escaped from their neighbor's house for the second time in 3 months. The escaping bison were raising some interesting questions. When asked for comment, the bison said that they were reportedly trying to go to a Joe Biden rally, but couldn't find it. A library in Britain had quite the surprise when a book showed up in their return box 60 years overdue. The librarian was quoted as saying, "You think this is a fucking game?" A loose emu in Jacksonville, Florida led police on a wild chase through the city's neighborhoods. The emu was seen chasing pedestrians before the police arrived and were able to apprehend the emu. Police later said that this was just the Liberty Mutual emu on crack. Dictator of North Korea, Kim Jong-un, had to be rescued after his SUV rolled into a ditch. Local townspeople who rescued him from the ditch said that this would be a story they'd pass down from generation to generation. They also forgot to mention their gun to their head during the interviews. Whoops, sorry, I went over my time limit. We will cut to a quick word from our sponsors, and we'll be back in a few. Back to the news. Apple has announced a new iPhone. The iPhone 12 will reportedly not come with headphones or a charger, but however, it will come with a business card from the 6-year-old who made it. Coca-Cola has announced that they are discontinuing Tab Diet Soda at the end of the year. Coca-Cola said they needed to take stock and discontinue drinks that were losing relevance. Meanwhile, Mainers are still expressing their displeasure for Coke removing motor oil from the Moxie recipe. Dunkin' Donuts stock has reached an all-time high, and the spike is attributed to the pandemic. In my opinion, Dunkin' stock would also be higher if they got my fucking order right. A woman in Iowa decided that it would be a great idea to clone her old cat, Mr. Tufts, who passed away. When asked, the woman said that she couldn't stand the weight of losing him and that it was harder on her than any cat she ever had before. I'm also pretty sure we've all seen the plot to Pet Sematary and know that this is some messed up shit. A man was mauled by a leopard in a Florida backyard zoo after paying $150 for the full contact experience. To be completely honest, I don't need to write a joke for this, because it's funny no matter what. A Julius Caesar assassination coin was auctioned off for $3.5 million. Minted in 46 BC, the coin depicts Brutus's face on one side. Brutus was the friend and killer of Caesar. And then 2 knives on the other side of the coin. Meanwhile, the auctioneer took this money and bet it on the New York Jets to win a football game. In all seriousness, no matter who wins the election, we should unite together as a people. And I think the only way through that is comedy. So I hope as you're watching this, the very first episode of the news, that I got you to laugh a little bit. And through my laughing, my jokes, and my stuttering, that we came together a little bit as a people. And no matter what, we should look forward to our future and get through this pandemic and unite together as a people, because that's what we need. You're expecting a joke? I'm not going to say one, because this is what's needed to be told. So I hope you guys enjoyed the very first episode of the news. My name's Dominic Berry. Until next time, this has been the news.